I look like I have a part of my hair just kind of like missing. Like, the heck is this L thing going on here? Come on. Struggle's real, guys. Struggle's real. Hey guys, Patty here. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my May book haul. I'm doing this now because I bought a lot of books this month, a lot, and May's not even over yet, so I'm kind of just cutting myself off for the rest of the month, and I'm not allowing myself to buy anything until P.S. I Still Love You comes out by Jenny Han, and that is book 2 in, I'm not sure what the series is called, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I'm not really sure what the series is called, but yeah, so it's book number 2, and I believe that comes out either June 2nd or 3rd, so I'm giving myself until that day to be able to buy books. As you can see, this video will be featuring Snowball, and she's sitting on my lap, so this should be pretty interesting trying to do the video around her, right? I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible, keyword try. So basically the first book I got was Holding Strong by Lori Foster. This is the second book in a mixed martial arts series. I have the first book, which is called No Limits. I just haven't read it yet. I was waiting for this one to come out so I can kind of just binge read the two. I really enjoyed one of her previous series that I read called Love Undercover, which is 4 books, and it was really entertaining, really suspenseful, and just well written. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this series next. The second book I bought from that trip to Chapters was, ta-da, Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This has a little story to it. I bought this book, as you can see it has a 40% off sticker to it. When I went to Chapters, I also had a $10 bonus card that they were giving out, previously giving out. And so when I went to go cash out, I noticed that the total just kind of didn't really add up, but I paid and I was walking out the store and I looked at the receipt and I realized that they didn't give me the 40% off. So I went back and I had to go to a different cash register because the one downstairs was absolutely insanely packed. There was a long line. Basically, the individual who was helping me upstairs was, I found to be just kind of rude, and I just found like I didn't have wasn't like the greatest level of customer service. Basically, he kind of tried to challenge me on the 40% off. I guess the day before was the last day that it was 40% off, but all the books on the table and on the shelves had the 40% off sticker. So when he looked at my receipt, he was like, "You already got a discount," and I was like, "Yes, $10 bonus card, not 40% off. I shop at Chapters enough to know the difference." And so he was saying that he'd have to call into his manager to see if he could even get it approved, and I was like, okay, call, I'll wait. The conversation was not even a minute. He explained what book it was and that 40% off sale was already over, and the manager was like, "Yeah, honor it." And I was like, customer's always right, just saying. So 20 minutes later, I finally managed to walk back out of the store after it took a while for him to figure out what the new pricing was. But overall, it just was not great customer service. I just moved to Toronto, so it's a location that's like literally like not even a 5-minute walk from my apartment, and it was just not one I'll be rushing to get back to anytime soon. Next, I went to TGAF, which was Toronto Comic Arts Festival that was held on May 9th. And it was held at our Toronto Reference Library, and I was really looking forward to going to it because there was a book I wanted to pick up by Noelle Stevenson, but I don't remember what the name of the book is called, but this is the character, this little sticker I had to buy. Basically, there was a long line of waiting for her. She wasn't there. She had to go to, she had like another kind of workshop thing that she was doing in a different location that was still part of TGAF, but they gave us a time that she was supposed to be back. She wasn't back at that time, and no one seemed to be able to give us a confirmed time of when she was actually coming back. And then we got there and found out that there was no more copies of her books left. So it was kind of, in a sense, a waste of staying there waiting that long. And then I guess what the biggest thing that kind of sucked was that later on that night, she found a box of the books. So anyone that we went Sunday was able to buy a copy. But for all of us that waited there until 50 minutes to close, she wasn't able to get a book because she didn't find the box in time. overall, TCAF was kind of really interesting. I think the coolest thing that happened was that I ran into Steph and Tim. I'll leave their channel down below. I don't know if they're still active on YouTube, but it's really cool kind of seeing booktubers in person. Other things I got were Batgirl. I also got Wonder Woman. I got signed this cute little no dialogue little book thing. It's so adorable. And basically just like this sampler from Del Rey, which is 10 excerpts from upcoming publications. But yeah, so TCAF was kind of fun. Also, I awkwardly saw Sam Meigs, who is the author of Fangirl's Guide to the Galaxy. She was walking to the subway, and I had like that split second of trying to decide if I was going to be awkward and kind of stop her and introduce myself. Sorry, fluff flying. And I decided to. She was really, really nice and really sweet. I knew I was going to be able to go this Sunday when she was going to be doing a book signing, so on her Twitter she was tweeting that she signed a bunch of copies at the Babe Florida location, so I went there and bought a copy signed. That same day, I got Sarah Dessen's Saint Anything. Sarah Dessen is one of my favorite authors, and she's an auto-buy author for me, and the double bonus was the fact that it was 40% off. Another promo that was happening was that when you bought either this one or The Hair, I think it is, I don't know, it's not a series that I read, you would get any other young adult book at either 10 or 20% off, I can't remember which one. So I picked Love, Fortunes, and Other Disasters by Kimberly Carlis? I'm so saying this last name wrong. This is basically a Swoon Reads publication, and I'm really looking forward to getting this because I have a feeling it's going to be another cute, adorable read. And then yesterday I went to the chapters at Eaton Center, and I picked up Angel Fall and World After by Susan E. I'm really looking forward to getting to this series. I've had really bad luck when it comes to dystopians. I've never been able to finish one or enjoy one, so I'm really hoping that this will be the trilogy that will get me into dystopians. I was also hoping to pick up the third book, but for some bizarre reason, none of the chapters in Toronto seem to have the third book. And I know that it's out because people are buying it and Instagramming it, but there seems to be no chapters location that have a copy. So I am patiently waiting to find the third book somewhere. I also bought Neil Gaiman, The Graveyard Boy book. The Graveyard Book. This one was recommended to me by Rob. And he explained what it's about, and after reading Fortunately the Milk, I really loved it, so I definitely wanted to try another one of his children's books before I get into his adult books. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. And ta-da! A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have been waiting to get this book. For some really bizarre reason, the publishing company did not send these chapters, so when the book came out, there wasn't a single chapters in Toronto or the GTA area that had this book. So I had to wait and wait and wait. So I went yesterday and I picked it up, and the guys that are at the Eaton Center chapters, they were absolutely awesome. They went they went looking around. There was one edition I found, but it was like extremely damaged on the sides and whatnot, and the desk jacket was ripped. So they walked around the store and found me a pile that had like fresh copies that were not damaged, and I was so thankful for that because, come on, books gotta look good on our shelves, right, guys? So I got a good copy. And last but not least was what I bought today. So I went to BMV Books, which is basically a bookstore in Toronto that have like bargain prices. I believe it's bargain prices. We buy and sell quality secondhand books, magazines, videos, DVDs, and comics. So all the books that I bought from there are ones that I've already read. I just didn't have physical copies. So I got Beautiful Stranger and Beautiful Player by Christina Lauren. This is book 2, nope, wrong way. 2 and 3 in the Beautiful Bastard series. I couldn't find the first book. I have book 1 on ebook, so I just have to find the first book, physical copy now. And the next thing I got was The Wicked and the Divine. I had an e-arc of this and I loved it, so I'm really happy to have a physical copy, especially since I managed to get this on sale. I think Chapters was charging like $14.99, so I managed to get it for $8.99. And it's so pretty, like, look at that. So pretty. That was my May book haul. I really hope this video wasn't too long. So yeah, leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you're still active on BookTube, because I feel like half the channels I subscribe to, no one has posted any videos in like the last 3 to 8 months, and I don't know if anyone's still around. So let me know who's still here. Until next time, which will hopefully be sometime soon, bye!